at that time I was more involved into a new field, which was global environmental issues and biodiversity. And that brought me to a completely different area, which I am very glad I did, because a number of years earlier, in 1991, when I was rector, I received a call from the President Salinas from Mexico, saying, listen, give me an idea of what to take. What will be the Mexican contribution to the Rio meeting next year, in 92? Something that is really, shows the interest of the country in biodiversity. He asked me for an idea, and then I had, as I was going to say, this vision of the planets aligned, and I said, this is the opportunity. So what I came up was the idea of a National Commission on Biodiversity, which is CONABIO, the Mexican National Commission on Biodiversity. It wasn't immediately called like that, because we gathered the best people in biodiversity at that time for an international meeting, which finished suggesting and recommending President Salinas for Mexico to have a National Commission on Biodiversity. So that gave him the platform to launch this idea. And ever since, it's been going on very nicely. The first person to direct that on the ground was Jorge Soberon, who is now in Kansas, working in bioinformatics. He's a phenomenal fellow. He really made a marvelous work on the first 15 years of CONABIO. And after he left, a few years later, I said, well, I'll have a hand trying to sort of adopt an adolescent, which I gave birth to, almost 20 years earlier, or 18 years earlier. So I am completely into that. CONABIO is an interministerial governmental commission which generates information to have intelligence on how to manage the natural resources of the country.
Oh, that's great.
We are devoted only to generate information. We don't have any other role. We don't give permits. We don't make any laws or regulations, anything. It's just an apparatus devoted to generating the best possible information on biodiversity, all the way from genes to ecosystems.
That's terrific.
That's a nice way of ending the,
well, Jose,
the
thank
tour.
you.